first and foremost, this is not hatred, right? So this is I put untold hours into it, but I am gonna roast it. All right, so let's just get straight into it. attacks ability. Uh, Greymon's overpowered. Fine. I don't really have notes about any of these guys. Again, I love Diatrimon. This was a great debut for Diatrimon. I'm not going to lie. This was an amazing debut for it. Flymon, again, I'm just disappointed that we didn't get Flymon until Truthful Route when it was basically too late. Same thing with Turamon. We didn't get that until it was basically too late to even really use the thing. I wish we could have gotten those in earlier routes. Don't really care about those two or this guy or this guy. Although this one suffers from Palmon being way too rare. You can only get 2 Palmon per playthrough. Togemon and other stuff is like extremely hard to come by. So yeah, it's very hard if you want to get the plant-based Digimon to get any of them. Very, very difficult. Um, Speaking of extremely rare Digimon, Gatomon is extraordinarily rare. Uh, I wish this was more common than it is. I really do. Uh, on top of it having a really cool effect, on top of Lightning Paw being awesome, and then it's a special type, even though both of its attacks are physical, which is kind of weird. Um, in general, there's not enough physical uh, skills in the game that aren't just regular attacks, and there's not enough regular attacks that are just magical. So it it's nice to see that, but I do wish that it was a mobility type with 4 movement instead of a special type, because it's a special type with no special moves. Caesarmon is it is a mobility type, but it's just very hard to get your hands on. You can't get your hands on until Act 7 directly. I think you can catch a Gobblemon very early on in like Act 4, but either way, it's a guy dang it, right? If you know TV tropes, guy dang it, like there's no way you're getting your hands on this Digimon without knowing exactly where to get it, um, or getting very lucky, like I did. So yeah, because it comes from the Gobblemon line, and the Gobblemon line is very hard to find outside of the partner Gobblemon. I actually wish that this could evolve into Aro Kinnymon. I'm kind of disappointed. It throws me off every single time when I'm trying to evolve things. I'm like, oh yeah, Dogugumon is not in the same line as Aro Kinnymon. Aro Kinnymon is in the Gazimon line, which is like all like the dark evil Digimon, whereas Dokugumon is in the Gatsumon line, which is like the puppet and elemental evil Digimon. Even though there's like a couple of dark line ones at the perfect level, um, but for the most part, until you get to the mega level, there are other elements. There's nothing wrong with Tyrannomon. Tyrannomon is perfect. I wish he evolved into Master Tyrannomon, but Master Tyrannomon's not in this game. And also, um, yeah, I kind of do actually. Like, I get that they want to do the entire Agumon, Greymon, Metal Greymon, War Greymon line, but I would have loved to see um, Master Tyrannomon be, and now especially now that we have Dynamon, oh man, actually just completely divorce the Tyrannomon line from Agumon and make it its own thing. There is a new Digimon out there that's a red dinosaur. What's its name? Mini Nori Mon. Let me see. Red dinosaur. Red rookie dinosaur. Uh, why can't I find it this time? It was like mini something mon. Maybe I should just type rookie dinosaur Digimon and maybe it'll be easier. Mini Dekachimon. There we are. Yeah, Mini Dekachimon actually looks a lot like Tyrannomon. Um, I would love to see that. Mini Dekachimon into Tyrannomon into Master Tyrannomon into Dinomon would be amazing. Tessamon, oh my gosh, he sucks so bad. I don't know why they gave it only two movement and then made it a physical attacking type. That just made it hurt to use. It should have had three movement. That's really all it comes down to. Should have had three movement. Sanglemon is awesome. Again, I wish we got her earlier. She would have been really cool in a first playthrough. This is another one that would have been really cool if you kept it unlocked between playthroughs. We're not going to talk about you. You are way too rare. Like, I've gone through hell to try to get one of these things, and I'm not very happy about it. This is another one that evolves from Palmon. Pretty hard to get your hands on. It's got a really cool attack, especially its evolution. When we talk about Daramon, we'll get to it. This comes from normal Agumon, or the non-partner Agumon. Very rare to get your hands on it. Hard to get your hands on it. It's just knowing where to go and what to do. But yeah, it's a cool Digimon. Ground attack and then hyper heat. Pretty cool stuff. I think I used it extensively in my second playthrough. Like, I liked it a lot. I didn't use that at all. Yeah. I'm trying to find Digimon with things wrong with them. I hate this thing. I wish it wasn't in the game. Hmm. Also, why wasn't Skullgreymon Agumon's virus? Well, never mind. Yeah, Skullgreymon would have been a better virus for Agumon. Megadramon was just underwhelming. That's what I want to talk about. Megadramon kind of sucks compared to Gigadramon if you compare them directly. Where's Gigadramon at? Down here. So Gigadramon gets a lot of amazing things for itself. It gets physical attack plus one rank, and then two ranks on dark attacks. If you know anything about the strongest dark attack called well, not the strongest, but the strongest dark attack you can get in any playthrough is called Hell Crusher. It's a physical attack, so you basically get plus 37 to 40% damage on that by using Gigadramon. Whereas this guy gets damage dealt by fire attacks 2 ranks and dark attacks 1 rank. I think his actual attack is weaker too. Like, yeah, 250, 150, 250 versus 135, 225. Like, yeah, Megadramon is just a disappointment in every single way. Um, so yeah, I would have liked it a lot more if Skull Greymon, which is actually a much better Digimon overall, was the virus perfect for Agumon, your partner. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with him. He's just really hard to get your hands on. Another thing that's really hard to get your hands on. It's really cool though. Flower Cannon having a moderate chance to paralyze is really nice, and then Zephyr Bear is a really nice ability. It's just, you know, really hard to get your hands on it. I almost wish Flower Cannon was a wind move though, and then the attack was ground. Um, what do I not like about Wegurumon? I think Wegurumon is actually a really good Digimon overall. If anything, I just wish Wolfclaw hit harder. You don't really get too many chances to use Wegurumon anyway. Not in a battle where it matters. Alright, I'm not roasting this guy. He's actually really, really good. Really good. Like, he's surprisingly good. Like, yeah, Triceramon, if you haven't played a data Agumon yet, Triceramon is really strong. Really, really strong. Even though the entire game hates data, yeah, he's really strong despite being a data. Um, Lamon, a weirdo. Um, Bunny Blades, it's a strong attack for an ultimate. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really to say about it because you don't get to use it until it's already too late. Same thing with this guy. Gorgeous Armor is an amazing ability. It's just that by the time you get access to him, you're no longer in the business of using perfects. So you don't care. She's cool. Talmon's one of the really cool Digimon too. I like that she's dark instead of light. Pangemon's okay. Yeah, Pangemon's actually pretty good. One Digimon that again, Palmon's rareness causes things to suffer down the line. Garamon is a huge case of this because he has a really good um, ability here with roll nuts, and also no behavior is really good too. Um, it's just unfortunate that you'll almost never get to use it in the playthrough because of how rare all of its components are. Like Palmon, you're probably not going to find. Um, was it evolved from Floramon? No, it's not Floramon. It evolves from. Oh yeah, the Kiumon. Yeah, you're not going to find Kiumon either. Yeah, you're just not going to find Daramon or anything that evolves into it, unfortunately. But it's a really good Digimon if you had access to it. Kind of the same deal with Antilamon and Jewel Beamon. You just don't have the access to it unless you know exactly what you're doing. I always think Spiral Sword paralyzes, but no, it increases your offenses. Cool Digimon. Honestly, I like it. I just wish, again, why do we not have High Dramon? Um, Blue Miramon. Why do we not have Gankumon? I'm so serious. Why don't we have Gankumon? I would have even accepted Blue Miramon as a Mega and then Skull Miramon as an Ultimate. Or, excuse me, a Perfect. I would accept that too. So Miramon, Skull Miramon, Blue Miramon. I would accept that. But as is, like, what are we doing? Oh, also, another weirdo with having the attack type this time instead of the special type, but now it has two special attacks instead of a physical attack. And on top of that, it's a special attack, right? Um, increases physical attack 2 ranks. It doesn't get any physical attacks. It has no way to use this except if you give it like Hell Crusher or another physical attack, which there aren't enough of those in the game. Like one thing I would have done was I would have put a physical fire attack in the game to at least support Blue Miramon. Like all this increasing your physical attack, yeah, at least do that, bro. But no, they didn't do that. So yeah, no, you just don't get anything. Or make its regular attack physical or something, bro. Like do something. Speaking of, we haven't gotten to Pokemon, right? No, we haven't. All right. Giga Dramon we already talked about. Giga Dramon is an amazing. It's amazing for a perfect. Our first Mega is going to be Metal Garurumon. What's wrong with Metal Garurumon? I'm so close to saying nothing, but there's something wrong with it. I just can't remember off the top of my head. Oh yeah, why doesn't it have a movement of 5? That is my big deal with him. Like it feels like it should have a movement of 5 and it doesn't. Like I get that high speed strikes let you move 8 total, but it just feels like it should have a movement of 5. Spinomon is the second worst Mega in the game. We'll talk about the worst. By stats, Spinomon is the actual worst Mega in the game though. Um, Followed by Rosemon. But It's not the worst Mega in the game in its totality, but by stats, yes. Spider-Man has an extremely low stat count. I did the math earlier, and it wasn't pretty. Spider-Man stats are terrible. Um, Lord Greymon is perfect. It's almost too strong. Um, and with Takuma, it's Terraforce actually is superfluous because Takuma already doubles your physical attack and physical uh not doubles, but he already maxes out your physical attack and physical and special attack. So Terraforce has almost no use on War Greymon with Takuma, whereas your data evolution increases your fire damage instead, so it actually ends up stacking with Takuma's talk ability. So that's really cool. But like I said, yeah, War Greymon is just really powerful Digimon. It doesn't really matter. And Terraforce as a move is better than Ogre Flame. Strongest tank in the game. There's nothing really to talk about there. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. Stop, please. Bandai Namco, stop putting this Digimon in freaking everything. Seriously, stop it. It did not need to. Oh my! I hate this Digimon so much. Stop it. Stop it. Use a different bird. Use Valkyremon. Use something else. I swear. Use anything else. Stop using Veriduromon. I don't want to see it. We don't want to see it. All right? Stop it. And on top of that, it's trash. Let's talk about it. Its stats are trash. All right? Defense, trash. HP, trash. It gets one shot as a partner. He's cool. His only real problem, and it's not something wrong with him, it's something you have to play around. Um, he's a virus, but most of the datas that have a virus that does extra damage against, especially the tanky ones, are going to be resistant to fire. So you just have to give it a ground move so I can actually kill those datas that are resistant to fire. By whom all the Sovereigns are fine, honestly. There's nothing really to talk about with them. Seraphimon is fine. I just don't like how Seven Heavens is so bland. It doesn't really do anything. Um, Earlier in a different stream, I said that that Phoenixmon is a strictly better version of Seraphimon, but I was wrong. When I did base stats, it actually turned out that Seraphimon's base stats are way better than Phoenixmon's. It's just that Phoenixmon has a way more cohesive moveset. So Starlight Explosion is way better than Seven Heavens. Its attack being a fire attack instead of a light attack gives it some difference in coverage. And then, yeah, that's pretty much all it comes down to. And then, yeah, that's mostly what it comes down to. Nothing really to talk about there. She has really low stats. I don't know how to fix her, honestly. Like, almost feels like her regular attack should be wind. That's what I would say. Her regular attack should be wind. And honestly, her regular attack should be wind and a special attack. Um, and it should go 3 squares in any direction. So diagonals as well. Whereas this goes in a straight line, there should be 3 squares in any diagonal direction. That's what I would say. That's how it fixed Rosemont, because Rosemont has a lot of problems. Ugh. I'd make it immune to status abnormalities, and that would, because right now there's no reason to use this over Metal Seedramon. Metal Seedramon is just better in every single facet, every stat category, attacks. The only thing this does is it has the chance of confusion, but meh. Um, yeah, I would just make it immune to status abnormalities. That's how I'd fix this. Honestly, White Veil can afford to raise physical defense and special defense 4 ranks. I don't know what if they thought they were doing us a favor with the 1 rank. They weren't. Um, yes, 2 to 4 ranks on White Veil. This is a perfect Digimon, honestly. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I just hate how many Digimon he evolves from. Honestly, he evolves from 4 different Digimon in this game. There's 4 different ways to end up with a Machine Dramon. And I can't tell you how much I hate this Digimon. I really do. Because of how many times you can accidentally end up with him. Like, it's annoying. Like, seriously, get some creative people over at Bandai Namco. I always say that wrong. Namco Bandai to like use different Digimon. Like nobody thought, hey, why don't we use Chaos Dramon? Or you know what I'm saying? Nobody had a thought about a different Digimon, Dark Dramon, or Brigade Dramon. Brigade Dramon would have been awesome, man. Um, yeah, Brigade Dramon for the Virus Agumon would have been awesome as the Mega for the Virus Agumon. That's way cooler than what we got. Shoot, I would have loved to see the entire High Commandramon line for Virus Agumon. Instead, we got this piece of crap from 1998. Stop using Digimon from 1998 if they're not cool. And Machine Dramon is not cool. I'm sorry. Um, Sudomon was awesome. They kind of they screwed this guy over. He's really really bad. Uh, he's only good in respect to Kaito's talk ability. So if you're using him outside of Kaito, then you can't use him because he's trash. Um, yeah, he's a perfect Digimon. It's just that again, you don't get him until second playthrough, and also his ability. One of the things that's actually broken about him is that he can confuse, and I'm going to talk about these two at the same time. And this guy having probably the best worst skill in the game. By the this would have been amazing during the first playthrough. Bloody Finished would have been the most overpowered skill during the first playthrough. But during the second playthrough, when your biggest enemies are going to be absolutely immune to it, it's absolutely garbage. And that is the problem. They give you this amazing Digimon, and now it's useless to you. So, yeah, you can't paralyze or poison sovereigns, and those are your main enemies during your second playthrough. Good luck. And you can't confuse them either with Heaven's Judgment. But these two in a vacuum are amazing Digimon. If you go and you get a Flymon and you evolve it into Mantle Stingmon during your first playthrough, or you go and get an Angemon and you evolve it into Cheruimon during your first playthrough, yeah, they're going to be strong. But how many people do that? I don't think that many will. Yeah, she's really strong. There's nothing really to talk about with her. Good Digimon. I honestly didn't want to see it. Um, I would have preferred to actually have like Ocean Love as a water attack, and then maybe a Holy regular attack, so that we can actually get some stronger water Digimon in the Mega tier instead of everything just being freaking Holy. Um, yeah, yeah, that's annoying. Honestly, I ain't got much else to add to that. Interesting Digimon. I like it. Again, like Labramon doesn't really have a bad Digivolution. All of his Digivolutions are good. Every single one of them, from Champion up to Mega, they're all good. Strongest Digimon in the game, that isn't a partner. Yeah, I don't think there's anything to talk about here. If you know how to play this game, you understand why Miko is so damn strong. Like she's really really strong. She doesn't even have a special attack. She has a buff, but that's why she's strong. The worst Mega in the game. His stats aren't actually that bad, but he's the worst Mega in the game. The strongest item in the game does not work on him properly because Sonic Charge does not trigger at all when you're using it. So you still get the obviously the 1 rank of speed, but you don't get the chance of a secondary attack. You just get the two attacks from your dual strikes crystal. Um, and that's garbage. You should have a chance of up to four strikes, right? But you don't, so it sucks. On top of it already sucking because of all the other reasons it sucked, it only has three mobility. Um, it's a ground data. There's like just a million things wrong with it. Like it needed five mobility really badly, and it didn't get it. Even four mobility would have been somewhat serviceable, but five was necessary in my opinion. It should have had five mobility. Um, Howling Crusher probably need to hit harder than it does, and maybe in a range of area range, like hit multiple enemies in the line. Um, he's a good Digimon. You just have to know how to play him. Puppetmon, I'm annoyed with Puppetmon because it's another attacker with a special attack. But on top of that, um, why is Puppet Pummel a special attack instead of a physical attack? Like, wouldn't it make sense for that to be a physical attack since it's Puppet Pummel? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it would just make so much more sense for Puppet Pummel to be a physical attack. Oh, also, his range sucks, but it kind of has to suck. But since his range sucks and his like his move mobility sucks and his range on his attack suck, I think his attack should actually hit harder than they do. Like, why does Puppetmon's regular attack? I think that might be the weakest out of besides Miko. That might actually be the weakest. Okay, she's weaker. Some of the girly ones are weaker. Maybe I overstated it a little bit. Like the girly Digimon all have really really low attacks. But for the most part, once you get to the serious Digimon, he's got the worst. And I feel like he should be, especially with that giant hammer, he should be hitting for like 230, 220 to 230. And then Puppet Pummel should be hitting for 330, 340, somewhere around there, 335. So he's underpowered as well. And it should be a physical attack. Um, because he has, again, low mobility and then low area, low range. All that should be, he should hit hard when he does get the chance to hit. Sarah's mine. I don't think there's anything wrong with her. She's fine. He's fine. I don't like that it's only fire and light attacks. I wish it was fire, light, and water since he does have Supreme Cannon. But it is what it is. Also, um, with immunity to all, nah, okay, maybe not immunity to all stab and Saturn maladies, but it almost feels like it should have immunity to stab and Saturn maladies because all the other really powerful Digimon get it. And then these guys, I would say the only thing wrong is kind of the thing that's wrong with all of the Digimon in the game, and that's how this whole game handles the topic of evolution, which is you're stuck at a level once you evolve a non-partner Digimon. I think that so this game kind of shows the worst of both worlds when it comes to evolution. With the non-partners, you evolve and you're stuck. You can't go backwards. I hate that because what if I want to go backwards? What if I have um well, I need a better version of this. Oh, what if I have this stupid not stupid. I do like Phoenix Spawn. What if I have Phoenix Spawn, right? And I want to go back. I want to use its 5 range and I want to go back to Blue Miramon and I'm up against an enemy and I want to use my fire attack, my Ice Phantom to increase my physical attack. And then on my next turn, I want to evolve back into Phoenix Mon, and now I have the ability to hit with a very hard hitting physical fire attack. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it. I wish you had the ability to change forms on a whim outside of partners. And with partners, and with all Digimon, in reality. I don't like that you have to manually evolve every battle. I wish it was just straight up. You can, like in Digimon World 3, you could pick your set Digimon and you can say, hey, when I go into battle with my rookie Gilmon, I want to be Megalo Growlmon or I want to be Dukemon, right? But instead, once you evolve, you've evolved and you're stuck there. I don't like that. But yeah, that is everything wrong with Digimon Survive. I hope you've enjoyed this, and as always, I've been me, you've been awesome. I will catch you on the next one. Peace out.